Here's how to register Democrats in Nevada.
In Nevada, you can register Democrats either digitally or with a paper form. Filling out the paper form correctly is crucial, so we'll cover that first. Once you find someone interested in registering as a Democrat, start off by asking, "Would you like me to fill out the form for you? I'm super fast." The great majority will say yes, and we prefer this because you will be faster, your writing will be more legible, and you won't skip any fields we need. Important: do make sure you ask them if you can fill out the form and that they say yes before you start writing. That's the legal requirement. Also, when you're done, add your info under number 15 as the person assisting them. Of course, if they insist on filling it out themselves, that's fine too. Just make sure to shepherd them through the process and make sure they fill out all necessary fields. Okay, back to the form. Start with the first two questions because they are potential deal breakers. Make sure the person is a citizen. If their citizenship is in question in any way, do not register them. It can derail the naturalization process, the last thing we want to do. Then, make sure the person will be at least 18 years of age on or before Election Day. If the person is at least 17 years old, you can pre-register them to vote. Then just fill out the form the same way and turn it in. Now, the day they turn 18, they will automatically be registered to vote. Next, get their last name, first name, middle name, and any suffix like junior. Residential address is where they physically live. This can be a woman's shelter or a homeless shelter. Always ask if there's an apartment number. Then city and zip. Ask whether that's where they get their mail. If yes, skip mailing address. Get their birth date and place of birth. Phone number is optional, but treat it like it's not. Election officials may need it to resolve any problems. It also allows get out the vote efforts to contact them later. That's important because studies show that before a new voter actually votes, they usually need about 7 helpful reminders, like phone calls or texts. Now you need the number of their valid Nevada driver's license or ID card, or the last 4 digits of their Social Security number. Get both if you can, but if they only have one, that's okay. If they can't remember either, fill out the rest of the form anyway. The registrar will reach out to get their information later. If they have never been issued a driver's license or a Social Security number, check that box and continue filling out the form. Mark if they are military domestic, military overseas, or U.S. citizen overseas if applicable. Email address is optional, but again, treat it like it's not, since it's so important for election officials to have it in case they need to resolve a problem. Mark the next box if you wish to receive a sample ballot in large type. And now, the fun part, party registration. Hopefully, we've ID'd the person as a Democrat already. We've said, "Can I register you to vote as a Democrat today?" or something similar. We've worn a liberal-looking hat, pin, and/or shirt. We might even have a "We Register Democrat" sticker on our clipboards. But often, we ask their party preference and get a blank stare. At this point, we are not legally allowed to coerce anyone, nor would we want to. But we are allowed to tell them facts, and this is a perfect opportunity to educate them on what Democrats stand for. Tell them the Democratic Party is the one major party fighting Trumpism and the Republicans. Tell them President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are the heads of the Democratic Party, and Trump was the head of the Republican Party. Tell them Democrats are the only party fighting for civil rights, women's rights, LGBTQ+ rights, and immigrant rights. Democrats sent out $1,400 relief checks, and they're ending COVID and bringing back good jobs. Democrats are working to expand health care, protect the environment, and make college more affordable. Many people hear all these good ideas and say, Democrat. Thank them. If they say they're independent, make sure to check the nonpartisan box. Not the box for the Independent American Party, which is an obscure conservative religious party with a confusing name. If they say green, check off Other Party, write green below that, and continue filling out the form. But if they choose Republican or Libertarian, check off the appropriate box and then physically give them the form while staying respectful and positive. Let them know they just have to sign it, date it, and put it in the mail. We are legally obligated to give them the form, but we are not obligated to fill it out for them. Our time is precious, and we need to spend it registering Democrats. But if we're wearing liberal-looking things and saying pro-democratic things, that'll be pretty rare. And if they're a Democrat, no party preference, or Green Party, we continue the process. Now hand them the clipboard so they can check it all for accuracy. Then have them sign and date the form. You can skip last address where registered. It's optional. Below, write your name, address, and sign the form as well. Then you keep the form, which you or your voter drive leader will mail to the county election department. You can find the addresses for those on page 2 of the form itself. A quick note. If someone's been convicted of a felony, as soon as they are released from prison, their right to vote is restored, even if they are still on parole or probation. So you can and should re-register them. It does not matter if the felony conviction was in another state or in a federal court. And by the way, a misdemeanor conviction does not remove your right to vote. Once you're done with the form, thank them for being a voter and give them a sticker in return for saving the world. Detach the bottom portion of the application and give it to them, letting them know that in 2 weeks or so, they can call their county election department and confirm their registration. Ask if we can send them election reminders. If so, add their email and name to your sign-up sheet, and ask if they'd like to volunteer and help us register Democrats. And give them 1 to 3 sentences of basic education. Let them know the next election could be our last chance to save our democracy. So please, vote for Democrats up and down the ballot. And if it's post-primary, mention the name of the Democratic candidate for Congress at least 3 times. Also, let them know that from now on, they'll get a ballot in the mail automatically for all elections. When they do get it, they should fill it out as soon as they can and mail it back. We say all this because we don't just register voters, we also let them know how best to use their vote. Once they're gone, put that form at the back of your clipboard and guard it with your life. All your completed forms must be mailed into the local county election official within 10 calendar days, but we recommend sending them all in within 24 hours. Great job! To get paper forms, you can print them out yourself, or if you'd like more than 50 forms, you can order them from the Secretary of State. To do that, you must complete a mail-in distribution plan. Find all the links you need to the printable form and to this distribution plan form on fieldteam6.org under Resources in the Nevada Voter Drive in a Box. If you prefer to register Democrats with your smartphone or tablet, go to voterizer.org/field. That's our very own partisan voter registration site, designed to be the fastest way to register a Democrat. Sign up or log in to Voterizer. This allows you to register multiple people. Once you're in, pick Nevada as your state and click Get Started. Now you're ready to go into the field and find someone who wants to get registered. When you find that wonderful person, always offer to fill in the information for them. You'll be faster than them because, well, you're on a mission. Reassure them that they'll get the chance to confirm all their information, and at the end, they will click the Submit button themselves. Of course, if they insist on using their own phone, that's fine. Offer to walk them through it right now so it gets done. It only takes a few minutes, and if we leave it up to them, most likely they will not finish the process. It's just human nature. The next question is always, do you have a current and valid Nevada driver's license? If they don't, you'll have to register them with a paper form. If they have a license, click Register to Vote. This takes you directly to the Secretary of State's page, and now you just have to fill in their information. If they'd like to do this in Spanish, near the top of the screen, click En Español. At the bottom of the screen, click Continue. Now, agree to not falsify a voter form, then click Continue. Scroll down and follow the prompts. Confirm they're registering in their home county. Confirm they have a valid Nevada driver's license or identification card. And confirm they're a citizen. Confirm their age. And click Continue. Get their name, date of birth, Nevada driver's license or ID number, last 4 digits of their social security number, zip code. Confirm they're not a robot. And click Continue. Enter their physical address and confirm that's where they get their mail. If it's not, enter their mailing address below and continue. Next is party registration. As before on the paper form, we are not legally allowed to coerce anyone here, nor would we want to. But we can give them super useful facts about the Democratic Party. Unfortunately, unlike the paper form, when we're registering someone online, no matter what party they choose, we must continue the process to the end, even if they choose Republican or Libertarian parties. Fortunately, you'll probably never run into these folks as long as you wear a Republican-repelling hat, pin, and/or t-shirt. Ask if they're in the military, and check one of the boxes if appropriate. Email and phone number are optional, but again, treat them as mandatory. You can skip place of birth if they're in a hurry. Get their language preference, ask if they'd prefer not to receive political phone calls, and if they'd like to receive their sample ballot in larger type. Click Continue. Now you can review all the information you've entered. At this point, show them your phone and have them make sure everything is accurate. If anything needs to be corrected, click the Edit button on the section that needs to be fixed. If everything looks good, have them declare everything is true and correct. Ask them to confirm their DMV signature, and have them click the button that says, "Click here to update your registration now." If you see this page next, it means you have successfully registered someone to vote in Nevada. Let the voter take a picture of this screen, or just give them their voter registration affidavit number in case they'd like to confirm their registration with the Secretary of State. Let them know that from now on, they'll get a ballot in the mail automatically for all elections. When they do get it, they should fill it out as soon as they can and mail it back. Now, close the Secretary of State's page, which should take you back to Voterizer. Scroll down and quickly ask if we can send them an election reminder, letting them know when and where to vote. If yes, enter their email and name, and ask if they'd like to volunteer with us too. There's lots of ways they can help. Now, thank them for being a voter and remind them to vote for Democrats up and down the ballot. After they've gone, one last step. On Voterizer, under How to Go, be sure to check I registered to vote and hit Submit, so we at Field Team 6 know that a person was registered. Then, scroll down and click the Start Again button. And you're back in business. Good work. Congratulations! You just added another Nevada Democrat to the voter rolls, bringing us one step closer to victory. This is how we win. Got questions?
Find all the materials you need at our Voter Drive in a Box link at fieldteam6.org. Look under Resources.